Okay, so we are live. I don't know if the chat system is working right now. On my end, it says unable to connect. So if anybody's watching, uh, do a comment on the chat section. I want to see if it's actually working right now, because I don't see it working on my end. If it's not working, I'll stop and then I'll restart it. So if anybody's watching, see if you can comment on the chat section on the right. Don't know if it's working or not. See, I don't see any comments popping up on the chat section, so I don't know if the chat section is actually working right now. Don't know. Because the whole point is this is for me to see everyone's comments on the chatting part. And I don't know if it's actually working because I don't see nobody commenting yet. So we'll give it a few minutes, and if anybody's not able to post anything on the chat section where I can see you, then I will start it over. Okay. All right. Okay, so I start seeing the comments. Okay. It's not working on one end, but so I had to do a pop-up chat, another window. So now it's working. Now I can see y'all's comments. Okay. That's stupid. Pretty stupid. All right. So tonight I wanted to do a live stream about Arcade 1-Up. I didn't want to do a video, and then just wait for people's comments after the video and then go back and answer questions or anything. But anywho, what I wanted to talk about is when I first started hearing about Arcade 1-Up, it was back in, I want to say, August maybe, when they first came around in 2018, and then they announced they were going to do a Rampage and and a Street Fighter, and what else was there? God, I can't even remember. It was so long. But anywho, I got so excited because I was like, dang man, Street Fighter, it was one of my favorite fighting games, next to Mortal Kombat and then the Killer Instinct, and there was this new company called Tastemakers, and they're going to come out with these little 3/4 arcade machines. Pretty dope. So I went ahead and pre-ordered a Street Fighter. Was very excited about it, and I think it came out a couple months later. I want to say October was when the first cabs came out. I think so. And then I put it together and I did a review on it, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah, okay, Pac-Man. Yeah, so it was Street Fighter, Rampage, Pac-Man, and that might have been only 3 at that time. I can't remember. I don't know. But 2 years later, we got all these cabs dropping, it's pretty wild. But it's a pretty exciting company. I know a lot of the true arcade people, it pissed them off, which is great. You got where I live in Texas, and there's this retro arcades called Free Play, and then you got Side Arcade. But the Free Play guy, he got a YouTube channel, and he's always trashing the Arcade 1-Ups, which is pretty funny. That's how I found your channel, from the 1-Up review. Oh, awesome. That's good. So I've owned 7 of them. I did sell 3 off, so I only own 4 now. I still have my Golden Tee, still have my Marvel Limited Edition. I have the Rampage and the Mortal Kombat 2. But everyone knows I destroyed the Pac-Man and got a lot of heat for that. And then I recently sold my Street Fighter. And what else did I? Oh, and I sold my Galaga. The reason why I sold my Street Fighter was because after about a year of playing it, the controls started getting really, really bad. I couldn't do no fireballs and stuff. So I mean, it lasted a year. But the guy that bought it, video feed cut out for me. Yeah, it's a little sluggish sometimes. It's kind of like last night too. But then a guy bought my Street Fighter last night or the day before for $200. So, that's all right. But anyways, cut out live. So is the video still going for most of y'all? Can you still see the video going? Or is it all shut down? I'll wait for somebody's comment. Video still going? I don't know if it's still going or not. Don't know if it's still going. It's all right. But anyways, it says this. I'm live on the phone. Video's fine. Okay. All right. So anyways, like I was saying, cool new company. A lot of people don't like them. Some people do. Most of you probably own one or more. But let's see, the first wave, they were, a lot of people complained about, how cheap some of them were made and stuff. And then the second wave, they got a little better, kind of like with the Marvel. The controls on those are pretty nice. So I really like that one. The Golden Tee, of course, was pretty nice. Yeah, so most of y'all, it might be cutting out and some might not be. I'm not sure, But I guess just go with it. Technical difficulties, But now the new cabs, like the pinball machines, those are pretty neat. But then you got the other competition with that other pinball maker. I forgot what they were called, but they brought it out and it had that big ass ugly bezel or whatever, and then Arcade One Up came back and showed off theirs, and there wasn't really a bezel on it, which was pretty cool. I don't know how much those are going to go for though. They really didn't actually say how much the new virtual pinball machines are going to go for, but I would say probably a minimum of $500 and maybe even up, maybe $700. Oh yeah, Toy Shock, yeah. Crazy name. A lot of people call them Toy Shark. I think Retro Ralph called it Toy Shark, which is pretty funny. But I think they're pretty cool. I'm not really into the virtual pinball type. Like if I was going to get one of those, I'd probably get one that, a bigger company makes that, they're, almost a full size as a regular pinball machine, but a virtual. But man, those get pricey too. But I'm really excited for the new cabs. I just don't know. I just don't know if I want to get the NBA Jam or not, I don't know. Now, what I don't like though on the new cabs, like the NBA Jam, okay, so it's $500, but it's coming with a riser, and then it comes with a stool. But my problem with that is, if we didn't have the stool or the riser, would it be cheaper? Because I don't want no stools for my Arcade One-Ups. I mean, arcade machines are meant to stand and play arcades. You're not going to go to an arcade and play Killer Instinct or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 back in the day and on a stool. I don't know. They should have gave the options on that. Let's just say, hey, you want an NBA Jam with the riser $400. If you want it with the stool, then, you know, I guess 5, but I don't know. And another crazy thing is the last arcade one up video when I was talking about the NBA jams, I didn't know the dang control panel lit up, which is pretty wild. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to add a couple bells and whistles to it. So the Tech Buzz, what virtual pinball do you have? The Toy Shark, $100 for the pinball. Yeah, see, I don't want to use a stool either. I mean, you know, and another thing, it was crazy. The stools coming out, and this was, I guess, the second wave when they started bringing them out, like the Golden Tee and stuff. You know, and they were saying, you know, they're going to be about, you know, $45, and then later, hell, they came out and they're like $70 for a stool. I mean, shoot, my bar stools in my game room are like leather, and I didn't even pay that much for them. So yeah, so see, you know, without the stool and stuff, you know, 349 to 399. See, that's more, you know, in the ballpark. I mean, if I got an NBA Jam, it'd be cool to get the NBA Jam and of course the cool riser and stuff. You know, leave out the stool. I don't need that crap. And the LEDs on the, you know, the control panel or whatever, you know, that's pretty cool. But see, they do that to, you know, justify pushing that, you know, $500 a pop mark. And I just wonder if this coronavirus is going to make stuff go up in prices too. I didn't think about that at the time. You know, maybe that's why they're $500. You know, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, most people want the game and the riser. That's all they want. You know, they don't need the stool. But yeah, I agree. They're overpriced. You know, $500. But see, I'm wondering if they are testing the waters. You know, dropping these at $500, and you know, if they, you know, don't sell at $500, what are they going to do in 3 weeks or so? They're going to drop it to $400. Could be. When the wife bought my Golden Tee, it was $500. Yeah, she bought it for me for my birthday last year, and or pre-ordered it or whatever. And I think 2 or 3 weeks later, guess what? It was $399. I was pissed. I didn't pay for it. My wife paid for it, but I was pissed because, you know, I had to, you know, just pre-ordering at $500, and then, you know, 2 or 3 weeks later, it was $100 off. I mean, and it's still $100 off right now. I never went back. You will be able to buy them without the stools. Yeah, but you can't right now, though. You know, they're not doing that right now. Yeah, see, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bar stools at Walmart came out for $80. You know, that's way too much. It did not cost that much to make those stools. That's probably maybe to make that stool, maybe $20-$25. So, you know, they're making $55 profit on a stool that's just a normal stool, just with the logo on it. Yeah, yeah. I honestly like the black riser too for $35. But see, honestly, you can't even buy those risers right now. Well, according to a lot of people, you can't buy them on Walmart. And a lot of Walmarts, they're sold out and haven't got any more of those black stools in. See, when the stools were going wild and stuff, I actually bought a few, so I had extras in case later on somebody else, needed one, and I wasn't gonna, charge them an arm and a leg for it. Yeah, Jamie, you bought the Street Fighter for 300. A week later, it was 200. Yeah, one thing about the arcade one-ups, and I will do a comparison with the arcade one-ups compared to, say, a Nintendo Switch, a PS4, and Xbox. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because they drop a PS4, weeks or a few months later, that price ain't going down. When the PS5 comes out for whatever price, you're going to be paying that for a couple of years at least, But, Arcade 1-Up comes out, you pay for what they're asking. A few weeks later, they drop the price, and, that pisses people off, it pisses me off. I could have bought something else, Yeah, you can't get risers in the UK. Yeah, y'all can't get a lot of things, to be honest with you. It's almost like, Arcade 1-Ups is straight up US target, because, like Canada and overseas and everything, they don't get anything. A lot of the cabs that we get over here, y'all don't ever see, and I don't know what's up with all of that. They're losing a lot of business. Yeah, Bozo, the Frogger and the Pac-Man, that's one deal. When I get that the NBA Jam, I get it. It's $500. I get it. Okay, very famous game. It's a 4-player control panel. And I'm not even talking. Let's just leave out the stool on that. Okay, I still kind of see that kinda as a $500 deal, kind of like when the Golden Tee came out, because it's 4 players, okay, and that costs more money with controls and stuff. But then the Frogger and then the Pac-Man, $500. That's a little much, because I guarantee they're not going to sell that many Froggers, and I don't care if Pac-Man says 40-year anniversary and has a sticker that's wood grain on it, that's not a $500 cab, I don't know. Now, I know the Pac-Man has a good amount of games on it. See, I don't even think they're cocktail tables. I don't really even think those things are doing that good, because there's not really many people on YouTube that even have those, and I understand why too. I wouldn't buy that crap, because the cocktail tables have the same size screen as these other arcade 1-Ups, and they're split. So if you're playing Street Fighter, you're playing on a 17-inch screen with the split screen. So it's a cool concept, but to be honest, if they were going to do cocktail tables, they should have did a bigger screen on it. And even the other arcade 1-Ups, they should at least do, a bigger screen, at least maybe a 22 inch, would be pretty good. But then that might mess with the shipping though. And, of course they would jack the price up even more on that. Let's see. Yeah, I prefer the old Pac-Man cab also, instead of the new one, even though I don't have the Pac-Man no more. I smashed it with a sledgehammer, and then people told me I should have donated to a hospital. 1-Up anyways. They told me. I called three children hospitals, so that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's another thing. Licensing on NBA Jam costs cash. Yeah, I understand that. I really understand that. That's a big name. And they're probably, they probably got to pay the NBA something, maybe. Just buy a Legends Ultimate cabinet. Great cabinet. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say that. Okay, so Legends Ultimate cabinet. I don't have no problem with it. I wouldn't buy one. I don't know how much they go for. I don't know if they were $500 or $600. And it's cool. You can download games or whatever. But to me, that cab is ugly. I don't like it. And let's just say the Legends Ultimate cab is $600. Okay, let's just say that. Well, if that's $600, then you just need to forget that and go over to RecRoomMasters.com and get one of their cabs. Now, if anybody's seen my review on the Rec Room Masters Extension Cab Junior with a 24-inch screen on it, running on Raspberry Pi, I bought the cab and it comes with the control panel. They were doing a special for $450, okay? Then I bought a $140 LG 24-inch screen, 1080. And then I got a Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus, I guess. Okay. So I got about $800 into my Rec Room Masters, okay? With 24,000 games on it. 24,000 games. Super NES. NES. I mean, you name it's on there. PlayStation. It has over 3,000 or 4,000 arcade games alone. Has most of the Capcom fighting games. Has all the Mortal Kombats. Of course, Mortal Kombat 4 doesn't run on it because, it's hard to emulate that. That's why I had to buy the Mortal Kombat 4 arcade machine, the real deal. But that's a real good cabinet. It comes with HAP controls, HAP buttons, just like the Killers. I've said it before, just like my original Killer Instinct machines I got, KI1, KI2, my Mortal Kombat 4 arcade. Those are all original HAP controllers, professional competition controllers. And it's the same ones they use in the extension cab. So the quality is there. Once you go on that extension cab and you go back to Arcade 1-Up, you're not going to like your Arcade 1-Up anymore. I promise. I promise. It's wild. But let me get back to the comments. I'm getting carried away here. $4.99. Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph. I'll smash whatever I want. Somebody said, just don't smash my Killer Instinct arcade. I won't do that. They just came back in Walmart website at $5.99. What is that? The Ultimate. Tech Buzz. Yeah, it's ugly, but it's a lot of versatility. Yeah, well. See, I didn't like any of the games that I saw on the Ultimate, though. I know you can download your own, but, I looked into that, and after I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'll just get a Rec Room Masters cab. Now, you can do a lot with that. That can run on MAME. It can run on Raspberry Pi. It can run on PC. They even got ones that can run on your PS4 or your Xbox. So, hell, you can play Mortal Kombat 11 on there, and you don't have to do any of this BS modding. Now, it's okay to, mod your Arcade 1-Up. I understand that. But a lot of the modding to mod an Arcade 1-Up, I mean, there can be some real money into that when, you can, there's other companies, like Rec Room Masters. You buy the deal, they send it here. You plug in your Xbox or PS4, you're done. There ain't no modding or nothing on it, And they already got the badass controls on it too, I like my emulator cab. However, the controls are a guessing game sometimes. That's why I do like the dedicated game cabs. Yeah. That's just like my Rec Room Masters cab. It's the 6 buttons, kind of like the Street Fighter layout. So, if you're playing Mortal Kombat on there, You know, it's a learning game, because you don't know where the damn block or run is, because, you know, Mortal Kombat had the 5 buttons, and, you know, then they had the other button down here for the run button. That's why I don't play those games on these other cabinets. That's why I'm trying to get all the original arcade Mortal Kombat. I already got number 4. I just need 1, 2, and Ultimate. So that's my plan. Yeah, I got on the Rec Room Masters Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I got all the SNK games, and I have all the Donkey Kongs on there. I got all the damn Marios. You know, you got freaking Mario Kart. I mean, you name it, it's on there. And the awesome Raiden game. With the plane. You know, that back. I got every single Hell, I even got the Japanese version on there. It's pretty wild. I think the big draw with Legends Ultimate is you can play others that have the cabinet, like Metal Slug and Teenage Mutant Ninja. So that's the draw. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I guess you'll be able to do that on the NBA Jam also of the Arcade 1-Up. Also, their virtual PC is the cloud that you can install with you want on without having to buy a PC. Yeah? Okay, so Legends Arcade, you can buy the Ultimate Arcade deal again, huh? Yeah, I was hearing from people that they weren't available for a while. So I don't, maybe that's because of the coronavirus or something. So there's 2 versions of the Legend Ultimate cab. Sam's Club is $4.99 and Walmart $599. Huh, really? I haven't looked into that. Wonder what the difference is on that. Playing NBA Jam and Mortal Kombat controls on my internet cab just aren't in the right spot in the 6-button configure I have on the cab. Yeah, that's just kind of like my Rec Room Masters. I mean, you know, I can play Street Fighter all day, and at least NBA Jam, you only have a few buttons, so you can just kind of figure out where they're at and then play that. But Mortal Kombat's a whole different story on that. I forgot this guy, he bought all the parts to get his Killer Instinct on Arcade 1-Up machine. You know, there's a couple of Killer Instinct Arcade 1-Ups that people have built. This one guy built one. It's let's see what his name is. Killer Arcades, I think, on YouTube. His Killer Instinct Arcade 1-Up is actually running on the actual Killer Instinct arcade boards. I mean, it's basically, we're taking all the guts out of my original Killer Instinct machines over there and putting an arcade 1-Up. I mean, he did that, and it's pretty sick. But see, the only deal is, though, my problem with Killer Instinct is on an LCD screen. You'll see a lot of pixelation, you know. On the original Killers, you don't see no pixelation because not many people know, or maybe some people do, but not many people act like it. CRT monitors, back in the day, the games were made for CRT monitors. So the CRT monitors would basically pretty much stretch the picture, and it would make everything nice and smooth, so you wouldn't see pixelation like, if you have a original Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 arcade machine, okay, you're not going to see no pixels on there. Now, you play that game on, arcade 1-Up, you're going to see pixelation. And, a lot of people were asking on my arcade 1-Up reviews before, why is there so much pixelations on these machines? Well, because these games that are releasing weren't meant for an LCD screen. They just weren't meant for that. So they were meant for CRTs, Now, the games today are meant for LCD screens, so they look sharp, like, Nintendo Switch, sharp, PS4, Xbox, they were built on these high def TV screens, so it's gonna look beautiful, So, I mean, that's what that is on that. Yeah, all those games, on my Rec Room Masters, it's too many. It's really stupid, to be honest with you. 24,000 games on there. That's a lot. But I've went through all of them and put them in a favorite slot, so I can just go to the favorite and play all of them there. But now I will say though that when you're running like Raspberry Pi, because I'm not running Hyperspin. Hyperspin is a whole different ball game because it's actually running on a PC. And so Nintendo 64 games pretty much run on a Hyperspin pretty good. But like on a Raspberry Pi, Nintendo 64 games, they're real glitchy and sometimes they freeze. Like, you can play Cruisin' USA or whatever on there, and you'll play for maybe 5 minutes, and the whole damn screen just freezes, and you're locked down. You got to turn the dang machine off. And that's a hint why I bought the Cruisin' USA arcade machine. So that's where I'm getting at. Whatever I can't play on these, these store-bought machines or Raspberry Pis or whatever you want to call them, I'll just buy the freaking original arcade. I'm getting up there now. KI1, KI2, MK4, Cruisin' USA. We've got a Guitar Hero. So I'm trying to get all the other Mortal Kombats. And then when me and the wife do move from this house and I get a bigger place and a bigger game room, then I'll start buying more original arcade machines. That's why I'm trying to get rid of some of these arcade one-ups to make room for other ones. Let me get back to the comments. The At Games cab are like a bloody Odyssey minivan with arcade one-ups like a Ferrari. Nice curves and lines. Yeah, I will say that, and a lot of people will agree with me. The arcade one-up machines look pretty darn beautiful. The artwork's beautiful. They look beautiful. And the At Games cab, that's just ugly machine. When I first saw that and people was like, are you going to do a review on it? I was like, hell no, because I ain't buying it, And, some people don't understand is all the arcade one-ups I've done reviews on, and I've owned. They weren't given to me for free. I bought these freaking things, okay? I bought it for, this one for $300 and another one $300, $500, $400. And, we're ranking up the money here, just to get some reviews out of them. My channel's not big enough for Arcade 1-Up to say, hey, Twister Chris, we're going to send you some free machines, so you can review them. No, that ain't going to happen, They look for people that have, couple million subscribers or 50,000 subscribers. So if anybody thinks, that Arcade 1-Up sending me these free Arcade 1-Ups, think again. That's why my review videos are called honest reviews, because I'm doing an honest review and I'm not getting paid to do it. So that answers that question. And there is a 1-inch difference on the width of the control panel. Walmart said it was too big by 1 inch, so they shrunk it down just for Walmart on the Legends Ultimate. Really? That's weird. Huh. That's really weird. We need to get you to come to the Retro Buzz on Friday night and chat with myself, Glenn, Retro Show, Doug Smith, Cool Toy. Oh yeah, I've seen y'all show. Yeah, okay. I think it would be great to get your point of view of these remake cabs and real ones. Yeah, it might be a good idea. Because, see, I was born in 1980, so, I've been around when the original arcades. I've seen the whole arcade, you know, all the great 90s arcades, Killer Instinct, 1994, Killer Instinct 2, 1995. You know, you had your Street Fighter, 1992. And I was 12 at the grocery store. My mom was at the grocery store playing Street Fighter 2, hyper fighting. I think that was what it called. Turbo hyper fighting. I don't know what the hell it was, but that hyper, man, that was a bad game. Sucked a lot of quarters down. So yeah, I mean, I got pretty good knowledge of, you know, original arcade machines, because I was around all of them. You know, you had the Great Daytona, you had the Virtual Fighter 1, Virtual Fighter 2. You know, you had your Tekkens. Man, my mind would go blank trying to mention all of them. You know, you had the Cruisin' World. It's pretty awesome. Now, Cruisin' Blast that's in the arcades right now, well, they're at basically Dave & Buster's. A sick game. But yeah, I'll hit me up, and I'll try to come on the show somehow. I don't know how I get me on y'all's stream or whatever. I don't know how that works. I got 2 bar tops on sale. I love them. Yeah, the bar tops look pretty cool. You know, there were some people that got some for like $75. Like, wow. Because weren't they either $150 to $200, I think, when they first came out? I think so. But, you know, get them for $75 is pretty sick. Well, I have good news for you, Twisted Gaming. Someone is selling their Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate online. I'm going to send you it on Instagram. Oh, no shit. Okay. Yeah, that's really the main arcade machine I want, is Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. The original. And they're very hard to find, man. That's why I had to jump on my Mortal Kombat 4 arcade. You know, I got it for a G, but I was willing to pay it. He was asking for $1,200, and I don't like to talk down people. I was like, well, you take it for, you know, straight up $1,000. Yeah. So I had to wait a couple weeks for somebody to go grab it for me, because I'm a lazy ass and I didn't want to drive 4 hours away to get it. Let's see. After seeing more pics of a 1-up pinball, I for sure going to get one. The depth looks awesome. Not as good as a full-size video pinball, but for the price of full-size pinball, I might as well get one. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to say I'm not going to get one. I may, to be honest with you. When, you know, I wasn't at CES, so I couldn't really see up close. I was just looking at videos and stuff, but they definitely look pretty cool. And not to bash anybody out there, but I'm not I'm not a Star Wars fan, okay? I liked the first movie and the second movie, didn't like none of the rest. So I'm not really a Star Wars fan, so if I was getting a pinball machine, I would get another one that wasn't Star Wars. And I forgot what the other one was going to be. Wish they'd bring like a Terminator 2 Judgment Day pinball machine. Boy, that would... I'd definitely get that one, because I'm a Terminator fan. Sup, Twisted? First off, looking good live. Think all of these makers companies are making bank. Yes, they are. They're making too much money. Too much money. Now, if anybody... let me get your point of view on this. Now, because I've been thinking about this for last few weeks. How long do you all think that Arcade 1-Up will last? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, I mean, you know, after this wave, you know, what do we got? 12 machines or so out, maybe 10. I can't keep up with all the crap. You know, people are going to start running out of room. Okay, that's one pointer. People are going to start running out of room. Then if they see this other cab, they're going to buy this cab. Then they're going to sell their old one. And I mean, how long is this going to go? You know, it's not like consoles where, you know, they last, you know, 5 to, you know, 7 years, and then you buy a new one. But see, the reason the consoles versus the arcade one-up is, you know, PS4 comes out in its lifespan, what it got, you know, 400 to 800 games you could buy on it. And let me say this, okay, NBA Jam right now costs $500 from arcade one-up, okay? The PlayStation 5 is going to cost probably $500, okay? You know, if you're a console gamer. Now, what is the better deal if you want to really get into it? A PlayStation 5, okay? That's kind of what I'm looking at on a few things. Is, you know, they got some competition. You know, I mean, the arcade deals are cool. That's awesome. But, I mean, you got some competition with console stuff, too. So, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't want to really say anything to hurt anybody's feelings on here. What I really think that's, you know, going to happen in the future. It's just my opinion. But, I mean, is this a thing that's going to happen a couple of years and just, you know, poof into the wind and that's it, you know? Because, I mean, you know, you push 4 or 5, well, no, they announced, okay, 4 cabs that's coming out right now, you know, 2 pinball machines. So, I mean, and then the Golden Axe. That's another one. So you're saying 7 or 8 machines a year, you know. I mean, that gets crazy, to be honest with you. But I'm just talking crap, you know, what I think about it. I mean, you know, I don't know how long it's going to last. You know, it could just be a fad, you know. I mean, just a phase, you know. And then they just might poof out to the wind. Anyways, let me get back to the comments. Oh, yeah, okay, Mars Attack. Okay. Yeah, so that was the other one. Now, that's a pretty dope pinball. I like the Mars Attack one. So, that's pretty good. But see, I wonder why they wouldn't do something like a Terminator or, you know, hell, even an Addams Family. Or, what's another good one? There's so many good real pinball machines out there that I know why they did the Star Wars one, because there's a lot of people that love Star Wars, so that was pretty smart on there. Star Wars collector will buy arcade one-up even if they don't even know how to play a video game, just to, you know, stick it in the corner with their other Star Wars collection and stuff, you know. We're gonna run out of room for the cabs. Exactly. Yeah, because you know most people don't have a game room, you know, that's 1,000 square feet. You know, you might have, you know, your wife owns the rest of the house, right? Or your girlfriend or whoever you're with, right? And her house is her house, right? And she says, well, you can have one, you know, little turd bedroom or basement or whatever. I mean, a normal size bedroom is what, I don't know, 300 square feet, maybe 400 square feet. That might be pushing it. I mean, how many arcade one-ups are you going to fit in there, you know? And then, you know, then this other arcade one-up comes out, and you're like, oh my gosh, man, I got to have that, but I don't got no room. So now you got to sell your other favorite cab, you know, or stick it in the garage or whatever. I mean, look at Retro Ralph. If you go on his YouTube channel, he got a lot of his arcade one-ups in a storage building. It's pretty funny. Great channel though. If you're not subscribed to Retro Ralph on YouTube, you need to go subscribe to him. Great channel, great modder, and everything with the arcade one-ups. Pretty good information on there. Yeah, that's true. Add and sell. That's what's going to happen. Years, as long as they continue with the waves, new license, we have money to buy them, and we'll buy as long as they keep making them. Yeah, true. It could happen, you know. They do 3 good ones a year. I think that will keep the market from being flooded. Yeah, I agree with that. My problem is I think they're starting to bring too many of them out. To be honest with you, you know, when they first did the first wave, it was what, 4 machines. You know, that's a good number. You know, I think they'd be pretty good on 4 machines a year. That would be nice. Now, doing more than 4, you know, that's going a little crazy, to be honest with you, because then you're going to flood the market. Because, you know, that's just like, I look on Facebook Marketplace all the time, okay? And I'm trying to find real arcade machines on there. Okay, so I'll just put arcade, right? You know what? One thing that I don't like about Arcade 1-Up, as soon as you type arcade in the search on Facebook Marketplace, you got all these damn Arcade 1-Up crap. You got 50 Mortal Kombat, you got 70 Street Fighters, you know, 30 Pac-Mans, and it's like, damn, you know, they need to make a section on Facebook just with the, you know, Arcade 1-Up section, and divide them up with the other real arcade machines, because, you know, when I'm looking for a real arcade machine to add to the collection and stuff, there's so many damn Arcade 1-Ups. I gotta, you know, keep going and going, and I might find one, you know, original arcade cabinet mixed with, you know, 30, 40 Arcade 1-Ups people are trying to sell. And then don't even get me on the mod people selling them that are modded. Oh my God, that's flooded. Yeah, people are trying to sell like a modded Arcade 1-Up for like $950. It's like, dang, you know, I can buy a, you know, original arcade machine for $950. You know, and I'd rather have that. Let me get back to your comments. Getting carried away here. I love the Addams Family and Fast and Furious Pinball. Yeah, you know, that'd be another nice pinball machine. Fast and Furious. Back to the Future Pinball. Ooh, I didn't think of that. That would be a dope pinball machine. Now, if they did a virtual Back to the Future pinball machine, I'd be down with that. I don't care how ugly that thing is, I would buy it, because I'm a fan of Back to the Future. You know, it was a movie when I was growing up. Good movie. Yeah, Mortal Kombat pinball would be dope, but yeah, that doesn't exist. I don't even think any of the fighting games had a pinball, I don't think. On the consumer end, I think room for sure is an issue. If they keep getting the license for them, they will always be around. Yeah, well, you know, another thing you got to look at it is, look at Walmart. You know, soon you're going to have to buy these Arcade 1-Ups online, and they're just going to have to ship it to you. They ain't going to be keeping no inventory and no stores or not, because if all these new machines are coming out and they still have these old machines from Wave 1 and Wave 2, I mean, they're trying to sell. I mean, that's just stacking up on the, you know, on the space. So I think that's why Arcade 1-Up on some of the machines, you know, you can only buy them on their website. I think they're doing that to try to help out the stores where they're not over flooded. I'm lucky to have at least 6 machines. So you got 6 machines. Retro Ralph is king of modding. I agree. How long did it take you to get your game room together? Well, let's see. The wife and I, we planned it. Let's see, when the hell did we plan this thing? Let's see, it was finished in April 2019. We started planning the design of the game room in September of 2018, and God, it was some hell, getting all the stuff together, and then delays and crap from construction people and stuff, the builders. Sometimes some days they wouldn't even show up, and oh gosh. But it was built. The 2-story was built probably within maybe 3 months. I think 3 months it was finished. Now all the stuff in my game room, I started collecting probably about a year before the game room was actually built, so I kind of had a head start. But everything you see in my game room, though, every single thing, except the PS4 and one Nintendo Switch, I've collected all of it in 2 years. So it took me about 2 years, but I was heavily, just spitting out money buying all this stuff. I had the Killer Instincts, the KI1, about a year before the game room was built, and the KI2 I got that like maybe 4 or 5 months after the KI1, I believe. Now the arcade, the Guitar Hero, that's my wife. She bought that one. 1 game a quarter. Willy Wonka Pinball is amazing. Yeah, that's another good one. Willy Wonka Pinball. I didn't think about that one. That's a good one. I sent you 2 photos of both machines on Instagram Twisted. Okay. I'll check it out later, bozo. It would be dope. I would buy it. Frog on bar top. Do it arcade one up. Yeah, see what they should have did. They should have did a Frogger on a bar top. That would have been. I think that would have been kind of smarter. Bobby, today is better modder. Oh yeah, the Renegade Christian Warrior. I'm glad you're on here. The guy that always hates on the channel. Always the hater on the channel. And you're on my live stream. They won't lower the prices in my store. That sucks. Well, that's kind of like Canada, though. And overseas, I mean, their machines, we think our machines are expensive in the U.S. Overseas, they're more expensive. Kind of like some of the people I've talked to in Australia. For them to have one of the machines is just ridiculous. Not a fan of all the modding. Mod this, mod that. Just buy the real thing if that's what you want. Yeah. Well, that I'm not going to hate anybody that mods the crap. But me, I'm kind of the same way. Like, now it's different if you buy, like, Rec Room Masters and, cab, and you slap the Raspberry Pi on there. Yeah, that's great, and it's ready to go, okay? But like Arcade 1-Up, I wouldn't mod, I'm not going to pay, put graphics on it, I mean, because graphics, when you get graphics printed and stuff for these things, I mean, it gets stupid expensive. There's some people out there, though, that, make all this side art and stuff for Arcade 1-Ups and everything to help you mod, which is pretty cool, pretty awesome. But the prices, though, that they charge for it, like, Like one was, let's see, a full-blown deal that I was looking at on a Rampage was like $175 for, the side art and stuff. And, I just don't desire that. And, because then you can, you base that on, okay, that $175, you can add that to something else, I mean, times that, you can get a Switch or, a PS4 or something, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a lot of money, if I was going to mod an arcade one-up, yeah, I'll just buy the original arcade machines. And since you can't really, some people say you can, but I haven't really seen it. But you can emulate Killer Instinct, okay, the arcade. Now, some people say you can. I don't believe it because I've had a bar top custom built before, and it was running on hyperspin, okay, and it wouldn't run Killer Instinct well. Yes, it would run it, but it would slow up, and it had a powerful computer in it, so we don't need to use any of those excuses, okay? But it just wouldn't run right, and that's just like Mortal Kombat 4, you can't run Mortal Kombat 4 on a freaking Raspberry Pi. I can't remember if you can run it on a Hyperspin, but you cannot run it on a Raspberry Pi, because I have it on my Raspberry Pi and it will not run it. It will not run that game. It's a hard game to do. So, but like the guys that one guy on there, it's running on the actual Killer Instinct boards. That's why it's running. That's why it's running on there. It was a crazy build too, man. The Killer Arcades dude that did it. Wow, that was pretty bad. You paid $240 for your bar top in Canada, 15 shipping. Damn. Yeah, that sounds very expensive. So I can't remember when the bar top arcade one-ups came out in the US. I can't remember if they were $149 or $199. I want to say they were $199, but extra $40. Man. Ray West, you should do a podcast. I would listen and support. Appreciate that. I might sometime, but I mean, YouTube and and a podcast, and a lot of people want me to do Twitch. I do have a Twitch account, so I will do this advertisement right now, okay? If you're on Twitch, I'm going to say it again. If you're on Twitch, my username on there is Twisted Chris. So if you're on Twitch, go subscribe to that. I haven't done it yet. I haven't made any videos or streamed on there yet because I'm waiting for a certain amount of subscribers, and then I'll go to Twitch too. I'll still keep on YouTube, but I'll do Twitch too. But I'm not gonna go on Twitch with zero subscribers on there, and be playing games with a blank audience. I'm not gonna do that. That waste of time. I ain't no Dr. Disrespect, or Ninja, okay? But yeah, we're just BSing on here about Arcade 1-Up. Talking about the first wave Cavs. What do you think about the new Arcade 1-Ups and modding? And hell, we even went up to the Ultimate Legends. We talked about that. What about the Xbox versions of Killer Instinct on Xbox, which came with Killer Instinct 3? Well, excuse me. since I'm a big Killer Instinct fan, okay, it's my favorite fighting game of all time, and I love that game to death, okay? So let me speak on this. So I did buy the Xbox One, and the only reason I ever bought the Xbox One is because of the new Killer Instinct that came out in 2013, because, you know, Nintendo was a dumbass, and, you know, let freaking Rare Limited, whatever you want to call them, go, and then Microsoft bought them. And then, of course, you know, Nintendo did another stupid move and sold the Killer Instinct name, you know. Oh, my God. So, of course, I bought an Xbox One just to play the new Killer Instinct. Now, I played the Killer Instinct 1 and 2 on the Xbox. It's trash, man. Yeah, it runs on there, but it like I say, it's a LCD monitor or LED or whatever, and the graphics don't look nothing like my arcade machines. You know, that's one thing I tell people, you know, and I've had it in with Arcade 1UP, one guy that is from that company. I don't know who the hell he is, the Asian looking dude or whatever. And I told him that good luck, okay? Good luck for a Killer Instinct Arcade 1UP. Prove me wrong, and bring a Killer Instinct Arcade 1UP out. Do it. Let's see if you can do it. You know, because I'll tell you this right now, the hardware that they're running on this Arcade 1UP machines ain't gonna power no Killer Instinct game. It might power a Super NES KI, but the full-blown Killer Instinct, that hardware is not, I mean, I don't know how they could pull it off. And anyways, I wouldn't even want to see a Killer Instinct Arcade 1UP. And the reason why is because it's gonna look like shit. You know, that's my big pointer. It's gonna look like shit. The reason why is because Killer Instinct is a game that was on CRT monitors. You know, it wasn't designed for an LCD or a LED screen. It just wasn't meant to be. You know, because you're gonna get bad pixelation on it. You know, you need the CRT to really bring the sexiness out of the Killer Instinct game, because CRT stretched the picture and made everything look smooth and beautiful, you know. But yeah, I don't want to see a Killer Instinct Arcade 1UP because, you know, it looked bad, man. But I honestly, I don't think you're ever gonna see any Donkey Kongs Arcade 1UPs. I really don't. Anything that's owned by Nintendo, I keep saying it, I don't think you're gonna see that. I don't think Nintendo's gonna give license to Arcade 1UP to bring a Donkey Kong game out or any of that. You know, for one, if you really think about it, all the games that come out with Arcade 1UP are game developers, studios. That's all there is. You don't see no people making console company like Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. You don't see none of their games on these things. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of a slide with Incredible Technologies with the Golden Tee, but you know, because they make the arcades and stuff, so they did it. But I don't see Nintendo doing it. I really don't do that. You know, I don't see a Killer Instinct being on Arcade 1UP. And reason number two is because Microsoft owns Killer Instinct, okay? And for one, I don't think Microsoft gives two shits about Arcade 1UP, okay? Arcade 1UP's a small company. They're right here, okay? They're about right here. That's arcade one up, right? And then you got freaking Microsoft up to the freaking sky, okay? So I don't see that. So you can't run Killer Instinct good, okay? I haven't seen it ran good before, not even on Hyperspin. It still looks like trash because of the LCD screen. And Xbox owns them, so, or Microsoft owns them. So, you know, you're not going to get no Nintendo crap. And another reason why is Nintendo would have already been on Arcade 1-Up if they were going to get Nintendo, okay? Why would they come out with a damn, Sega games or, upcoming Sega game, cab or whatever, on Arcade 1-Up before the big N? Exactly. You're not going to get Nintendo. Nintendo only cares about the Switch and, what they're doing right now. They don't care about all this other mess. I wish they made WWE WrestleFest. Yeah, that'd be sick. That gets me thinking on the Arcade 1-Ups. They made the 4 control panel deal for the Ninja Turtles and now the NBA Jam. Okay, they need a freaking wrestling game, dude. Now, wrestling game on Arcade 1-Up 4-player, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, and they could do it. They might be able to do it. We'll have to see. Well, thanks for stopping by, Keel Dyken. We're just chilling right now. Probably won't be on here much longer because the wife will start texting me and stuff. Yeah, Dragon Gamer. I agree on the Primal Rage. Yeah, I don't really see that working out too well either. I agree with that. I run KI Classic on my Xbox One and it looks bad. Still play it though. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. When I played the new Killer Instinct or whatever, and after I played the new Killer Instinct, the KI ones and the KI twos were on there, and I was like, hold on a second. So then I went to try those out, and yeah, they didn't feel right. I didn't like those at all. So, I just went back to the new Killer Instinct, and hopefully Microsoft, comes out with another Killer Instinct on the Xbox. A lot of people want it. Yeah, I'll look at it, Bozo, when I get off here. Uh-oh, my wife's on the stream. Oops. Uh-oh. Everybody say hello to Madison. That's my wife. She's on the stream. She's watching in. If A1 can keep up coming with unique cabs, they can keep afloat longer, such as driving cab, then light gun cab. Yeah, I agree. They do need a driving cab. I've heard rumors though that they were that they're looking into driving cab, but I guess I've heard they're doing some testing on like the durability, because I get the Star Wars deal. Okay, let's you're not getting brutal on that yoke or whatever the hell they call that goofy thing. You're not going like this and stuff. You're just like cruising in your little Star Wars spacecraft or whatever the hell it is. But a racing game, dude, you better have a setup that's durable, because racing games, you get down when that that sharp turn comes up, you're like, ooh, or ooh. So, but I don't even have a steering wheel yet. Well, of course I got one on my cruising, but that's not getting repaired till March 4th. So I'm gonna do a video on my Cruising USA when it's up and running. So March 4th, that should be fixed by then. But for my birthday, I asked my wife to get me a Logitech steering wheel. I think it's like $230. I think it's the G29, I think. Yeah, G29 steering wheel. Now it's compatible with the PS4 and the PC. So I want a steering wheel for Wreckfest and Need for Speed and all the other racing games and crap. I just want the steering wheel feel. But yeah, I agree. It'd be awesome to have a racing game on Arcade 1-Up, and yet again, you're not going to be able to probably pull that off on a Cruising USA, because that was on the Ultra 64 board, like the Killers, and it's hard to get that going too. But other great games in the past was like Ridge Racer. They did a racing game on the Arcade 1-Up. They'll have to probably do like a pole position or something goofy like that. But yeah, who knows? Oh God, everybody's starting to talk to Madison now here. Is this the Madison show now? Yeah, Logitech, man, I've had that company. A lot of stuff for them forever. I have my computer speakers powered by them, and then my extension arcade. I have Logitech computer speakers behind that for an extra boost. So that's a really good company. But never tried their steering wheel crap. So yeah, that's why I want it for the PS4 and the PC, so I can do steering wheel gaming and so yeah. Spy Hunter would be nice. That'd be a nice one. Yeah, so I don't know, I don't know if we're gonna get like any more Street Fighters. A lot of people want Street Fighter versus X-Men, or X-Men versus Street Fighter. I get too freaking confused at this time of night. But yeah, I don't. What does everybody think about all these releases though? We had a Pac-Man before. People that bought the Pac-Man for $250 or whatever before, and then they come out with this new Pac-Man. Of course, it has more games on it, but it's like, for the people that bought the first one, and then you jump another, it really pissed me off is they come out with another Mortal Kombat one, with different graphics and this and that, and try to resell the same stuff. I mean, they should have did the wood grain Pac-Man before, with all the games. The G29, you won't be disappointed with it. Yeah, we'll see if we get it. They are running out of license, laugh out loud. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. The tech buzz, I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody wants a Simpsons. That's the one everybody wanted, right? Yeah, they did the Ninja Turtle crap, and everybody wants a Simpsons. I wonder if that's a licensing issue on the Simpsons. That's a big name. Ninja Turtles was a big name too, but I wonder why they haven't brought out a Simpsons. Maybe the company that owns all the rights to that don't want them to. Yeah, that's a good one, Mark. That's a good one. A flight stick game. Afterburner. Wow, God, I remember that game. Ooh, I remember playing that game in the arcades. Afterburner. That was a bad game. That's it. That's a good pointer right there. I think half the I heard this one time. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it was at CES a year or so ago. The first time Arcade 1-Up was there, and I was listening to a Kyo Daikin video, and one of the workers there, he said that he wasn't even a gamer, and he worked for Arcade 1-Up. He wasn't even a gamer. And a lot of people that were asking questions about games, he couldn't even answer that stuff. So I was like, how are you going to work for a gaming company when you don't know anything about gaming, or you can't even answer questions about a game? That was pretty weird. Now, I'm hoping some of the other employees that work there know about video games, because that might be one of their problems. They might got wrong freaking people calling the shots, Just tell any of the Arcade 1-Up's employees to come over to my game room and see if they can kick my ass at Killer Instinct. Yeah, that's another one. Tron. Yeah, a lot of people want that, and they could probably bank the hell out of that too. But yeah, it could be licensing, and that's one of the things on all this crap is probably the licensing. They can't get it, just like I said a while ago, why is there not and people say this all the time, I'm almost about sick of hearing it. Why is there not a Donkey Kong game? Again, Nintendo owns it, and Nintendo probably won't give them the license. They probably don't care. If Nintendo wants an arcade cabinet to drop for the consumers, they'll do it themselves. They're not going to ask Arcade 1-Up to bring out a Donkey Kong cabinet. Nintendo will do it themselves and make all the profit. And they got more money than Arcade 1-Up, so they could do it if they pull the trigger. It's very true. Yeah, Metal Slug would be pretty dope. See, I heard that. Was it a leak or something? Does anybody remember that there was talks about a SNK Arcade 1-Up coming out, or was that just BS rumors for all the people on YouTube, hyping up all their crap? I don't know if that was real or just gossip. Mark Wash, I'll buy the new Pac-Man and take my Pac-Man and Galaga to my cabin or sell them. Then I'll have extra room in my game room. I'll tell you what you can do. You can buy the new Pac-Man with the Galaga and all the games on it. Then you can take your old Pac-Man and your Galaga and line it up the driveway and run it over. Yeah, Space Harrier, yeah, that was a good game. Thunderblade had to be on the same system. Tech Buzz, highly doubt SNK would hand that over. They have that Neo Geo Mini. Yeah, see, that's another thing. That's kind of my thoughts with the whole Nintendo deal, Why give Arcade 1-Up license to Donkey Kong or any of the other games? Makes sense. They're a console maker. So that's why I'm saying console makers, I don't see them going over to Arcade 1-Up. I don't care what employees of Arcade 1-Up, blow smoke up your ass and, say they're working. Because I heard somebody say that, they're trying to get Killer Instinct on Arcade 1-Up. You know, they're just talking. Oh, okay. So SNK from One Up, but they never finished the negotiations. John D from Arcade One Up told us that. John D. Oh, is John D that Asian looking dude that's on Arcade One Up? I think the SNK machine is true. I think it's a prototype. Well, that's kind of like the NBA Jam was a prototype too, and then they ended up coming out a year later. So I don't know. Another thing though is, oh, okay, so yeah, he is Asian. Yeah, that's the guy that I kind of had some beef with on Arcade One Up. You know. So yeah, that's the guy I said, yeah, let's see if you can bring out a Nintendo cab. Good luck. What else was I gonna say? Oh, another cool thing though is even though I don't like Star Wars, I like the cool Star Wars sit down deal. That was pretty neat. Now I don't know if that's a prototype or if that's real, because I can't keep up with everything. I don't just look for news and stuff on Arcade One Up. I mean, I'm over on Arcade One Up. I'm looking for news on PS5. All the crap. That's why this is called Twisted Gaming. I mean, it's gaming everything. Okay, we got Arcade One Up stuff. We got real arcade machines. We got signs. We got consoles. I mean, so much BS on this channel. I can't keep up with it. Gameplay and yikes. But I thought the Star Wars sit down deal was pretty dope. Now I don't know if that's a whole new deal or if you have the Star Wars cab already and you buy the Star Wars seat and they maybe just like push together or something. That's pretty sick. I really like that, even though I don't like Star Wars. I could shoot them at the cab and review what calibers do the most damage. No, I like them too much. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. What about Dragon Lair? There's a lot of people who want a cabinet of that. Me personally, meh. But I don't think they can make it happen. Yeah, but see, Dragon's Lair, wasn't that game pretty much motion video type game? Even though it was kind of like cartoony or whatever. I wonder the hardware on Arcade One Up. I wonder if it could even power Dragon's Lair or not. I mean, I'm not really sure. Detroit Love, what's up, Twist? Not much, just talking, man. SNK seemed like a planned leaked photo. Yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty sick to have a SNK cab on Arcade One Up. That'd pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. No, that is real. Excited a bit because I want them to do more sit-down arcade machines like Night Striker or Rare Games. Oh, okay. So that is real. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, WrestleFest. Yeah, everybody wants that dang wrestling game. That's a dang good game, man. Good game. Another good game is what other wrestling game was that? Oh gosh, somebody help me out here. Saturday night something. It was a wrestling game back in the day. It was in the arcades and it was on Super Nintendo and stuff. How do you spell the Twitch handle? Some weird kid with the Twisted Chris name. Yeah, you should see my logo on Twitch. You should see it on there. Thought Replicate had many Dragon's Lair coming out. Was that Replicade? Was that weird cab that Retro Ralph or whatever was showing at CES? That. Oh yeah, Saturday Night Slam Masters. Hell yeah! Now that was my game right there. I love that game. Jeez. But yeah, the Replicade. That was a weird looking. That was a weird looking cab, man. It kind of seemed like a bar top arcade machine on this big ass ugly bottom part that, I don't know about that. And I don't know. Arcade one Up came out, and unfortunately for other companies, Arcade One Up is the 3/4 size arcade machine, and everybody else is pretty much BS. To be honest with you, Arcade One Up did it first. Even when Arcade One Up did their 3/4 machine, even Rec Room Masters, came out with one the size, but it's a little bit more high end, more materials, and more expensive. But they were the ones that did that, and I don't think any other company, the Ultimate, the Replicade, and all these other nuts that are coming out with these, machines like the Arcade One Ups. I don't see them succeeding like Arcade One Up does, because Arcade One Up, was pushing all these heavy hitter companies. This is my opinion, though. Saturday night's main event. No, I'm talking about Saturday Night Slam Masters was another racing game. And what pissed me off is I was on eBay last week. Now, hopefully my wife is not listening to this right now. Okay, hopefully not. Because she'd be pissed off at me. But, I try to buy some games in my past that was, on the Super Nintendo and, NES or whatever. Anyways, they had a Saturday Night Slam Masters. That baby was sealed copy, okay? And I collect a lot of sealed games. And I was watching that bid for a week. And I had like $150 on it. And later on, I kind of went ape shit and did a max bid of, hopefully my wife ain't on here, like $350, okay, for the Super NES Saturday Night Slam Master, sealed mint condition, okay. I thought I had that baby in the bag. Last 10 seconds, that bitch went from $300 something to, gosh, I can't remember, $1,200 or $1,300. I was like, man, that's a Arcade One Up machine, instead of a little cartridge. It's crazy. They are 1/6 scale arcade machines that Replicate are. Okay. Yeah, they just didn't really like those. They were kind of ugly. Heard the speaker system on those things are pretty sick, though. Saturday Night Slam Masters. The dude from Final Fight is in it. Hager. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good game. I remember playing that when I was a kid. I loved that game. Loved it. Well, guys, I've been on here for 1 hour and 36 minutes, BSing around. I only planned on being on here for about an hour, but we got a little carried away with this stream. But I appreciate everybody watching the video. It means a lot to me. Now, once this video when I stop the feed or whatever, it'll take probably 15-20 minutes, and then the whole feed will be on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it later or whatever if you missed the beginning of the video, because we talked a lot here. And I just appreciate everybody watching. And yeah, she is. Yeah, hopefully not. I'll see when I go downstairs. See, that's what I love about my game room, okay? Is if I want to be up here. I got 3 doors, 3 industrial steel doors you have to get to or get through to even get to me up here right now. You know, we built this thing, you know, kind of like Fort Knox type thing. Yeah. Have you seen the Megacade? Yeah, I've seen the Megacade. I think there was one on YouTube that this one guy has, and he was telling me though that the thing was like, I might be wrong. This might be different than what you're talking about, but his was like $4,000 to $6,000 for it or something. I don't know if that was the right one you're talking about or whatever. And, you know, he told somebody that on the on his YouTube channel, but I don't know if it was the Megacade or what. But you know, no, that's crazy, man. $6,000 for a company that builds a arcade machine, you know, with all the games on it and stuff. That's crazy. You can do a lot cheaper than that, you know. Hell, you can get a cruising blast from Raw Thrills arcade machine, brand new, for $8,000. I'd rather have that thing with all the beautiful lights and stuff, you know, than a Megacade for $6,000. 5,000. Yeah, he said his was 6,000. So I don't know. 5,000. I mean, what the hell's in that thing, you know? Wow. 5,000. It's crazy. Well, at least one thing Arcade 1-Up has in the bag is, you know, the prices don't seem too bad when you see all these other companies that have all these other crazy machines, you know. You go to all these modders on YouTube and see all the games they got on their Arcade 1-Up, and they did all the controls and stuff, you know, is a hell of a lot cheaper than buying a $6,000 Megacade. She doesn't come up here much, to be honest with you, at all, really. This is pretty much just my room. The kids don't come up here or anything, you know. I'm just up here myself. Me, myself, and myself. That's about it. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I got to go inside, but I appreciate you, everyone, for watching Twisted Gaming TV. Please comment. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe. Check out all my other past videos on the channel. I got a lot of them. And there might be some videos you haven't seen before. You can check out my playlist also, of my of the wife and I's game room build when this thing was being built from the ground up. It's pretty dope. I think there's 13 videos I did of that, and you can see the progress and stuff. Pretty awesome. So check that out if you haven't seen anything. You have a good night too, Dragon Gamer. Yeah, she has the rest of the house. But see, you know, we got so many kids though, you know, we're running out of room here, so that's why, you know, we're planning to leave, you know, in a few years. We're gonna sell this place. You know, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to the Twisted Gaming game room. And we need to get a bigger house, and hopefully, you know, we'll build another game room even better than this. So yeah, always good to upgrade, not downgrade. But thanks for everyone watching. Like I said, check out all my other videos on YouTube. We got F It Friday, episode 6 tomorrow, the first time that the wife is on the YouTube channel. So that drops at either 11 a.m. or noon tomorrow. I can't remember. It might be noon. But it's already listed as a premiere on my YouTube channel. So Just click below it to push the button where it reminds you, and you can check that out tomorrow. It'll be pretty funny. All right, well, I'm headed out, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.